Hi folks, it's Sue Bell from NetworkEmpire.com, and I'm here today to show you our new WordPress Silo Builder blog plugin. So our new plugin has got these great new features where you can actually add your silo manually, and that's what I'm going to demonstrate in this video. Alright, so I've got my new blog here, freshly installed, and as you can see it doesn't have any posts, doesn't have any pages, and I'm going to come over here to the admin panel, and there's a few things that I need to do first to set this up. So the first thing I want to do is add a page. I'm going to call this page home. Alright, and I'm going to publish that page. And then I need to come down here to settings and make a couple of adjustments. The first one's going to be in reading, and we're going to want to actually set that page to be, clicked on the wrong thing. I want to actually set this to be that home page that we just created, and I'm going to save that change. Alright, and then we're going to come down here to permalinks, and we're going to change the permalink structure from the default in WordPress to something that's infinitely more useful, which is /category/post name. Now the reason that this is more useful is because it makes your URL string keyword rich, and it adds the category in as part of the URL string so that you actually get the silo effect, a real silo effect. Alright, we're going to save those changes. So now we've got a permalink structure set up, we've got our homepage set up. Let's come back and see what changes this has made to our blog. Probably not too many yet. Alright, so we've got our homepage there, and we still got a few things we've got to go do. Alright, let's come back here. Let's tweak out our menus next. You can see this has added the homepage, which I want to actually remove because we've already got the homepage there. So, and this menu isn't actually created yet. This is the new menu structure in the new version of WordPress, which is interesting. So I'm going to check this box to automatically add new top-level pages to this menu so that as we add silos, it will actually automatically put them into this menu structure, and we don't have to come back here and keep it updated. Alright, and then we want to make sure that this menu 1 is the menu that actually gets used as the default menu, which it looks like that is, but we'll just save changes anyway. And let's come back here and take a look again. Alright, not too many changes yet. Okay, let's go get rid of this stuff over here. We've got widgets in the widget area, and what I'm going to do is get rid of all of these things that are here by default. We don't need them. Doesn't mean that you can't have widgets in your sidebar, but I want to show you what it looks like with just our plugin in here. And then I think we're going to be ready to actually install the plugin. Alright, we've got a pretty clean site. So let's come back here. Let's go to Plugins, Add New, and upload this. I've downloaded it already off the website. So I'm going to upload, browse, it's right there, open, install, and then in a second we can hit the activate button. Alright, so now you can see DWS Silo Builder is over here in our sidebar menu. And alright, let's just dive into this. Let's take a look first at settings, which will make more sense in a few minutes, but these are short codes that you can put on the pages. And then Manual Silo Builder is next. You can also see that there's help down here with videos like this one. Alright, so we're going to start here with Home. It's a great place to start. And we're going to add a couple of silos. Now, you can do these one at a time, or you can build out your site really quite quickly by adding each level at one time. So I'm adding 2 silo pages here. I've entered 2 keywords. I'm clicking the Add New. And you can see now both of these have become silos. So if I come back here and I hit my refresh, these should show up here in the menu. Hey, that's great. Alright, so don't have anything over here in the sidebar yet, so let me just bounce back over to widgets. And now that we have our plugin installed, let's grab our DWS Advanced Silo widget and throw it in the sidebar. You've got the option to give it a name. You can call it menu or anything you want, related concepts, whatever. And by default, it's going to show 10 links in the sidebar. So if you've got a large site and you want to show more than 10, you're going to want to make that number larger. If you set it to 0, it'll show everything. Alright, so now let's take a look and see what's going on here. Okay, you can see we've got our menu over on the sidebar, we've got our menu up on top, got our content on the home page. Let's take this down the next level. We've got silos, but underneath the silo, we don't have anything yet. So let's come back to our builder, back to the manual silo builder, and let's add a few keywords underneath coaching. So I'm going to click on coaching because that's where I want to add these pages underneath. Click the add new and you'll see that it took those 3 keywords and now it's created pages here. So if I come back to this page and I hit the refresh, you'll see now I've got these 3 pages over here. So let me just show you for a second what's going on behind the scenes. So if I look here at categories, you can see already that it's creating pages, right? But if you look here in the categories, you can see I've got the coaching silo and I've got the mentoring program silo, and I've got these 3 concepts that are nested here under coaching. And if I come here and I look at pages, you'll see that I've got the same kind of setup going on. So I've got coaching here, and then I've got the 3 categories under coaching, and I've got another page. Now the reason that we use pages rather than posts is because pages, when you're looking at a blog, the idea behind a post is that it's a thing that's here today and gone tomorrow. Blogs are consumed like a magazine, and so it's really hard to keep a post ranked once it hits the archives. Pages, however, on the other hand, rank easier than a blog post does, and it stays ranked. So the concepts that you want to have to be evergreen on your website, you want to have those be on these 2 layers because those are where the pages are created. Then you can still create a 3rd layer, but those are created as posts. So if I come in here, again to our silo blog builder, and let's just build our blog out a little bit further. Let's put a couple of pages under the mentoring program silo. And then when this comes back around, we'll put a couple of pages here under the online business. Just add a couple of concepts there. Alright, so let's go take a look and see what happened. Now if I come to all posts, you'll see that the only posts I have are these last 2 things I added, and that's because it's down at this lower level, right? So this was under online business coaching, and you'll see that these 2 things are blog posts. Now the interesting thing, what you can do with blog posts, let me come here and just edit this post for a second. And come down here to the excerpt and say, and up here I can add some content. I cheated and went to Amazon or to Wikipedia and grabbed some content there. And I'm going to update this page. And now we're going to go back to our blog and take a look at what happened. Oops. Stay on the page until it finishes posting. Alright. So this is the post where we actually added the content, and then if we go look at online business coaching, what we can do is we can add that short code that we talked about earlier in here so that the content actually shows up, so that that excerpt actually shows up. So if I come back in here to settings, and I grab this short code that's got the excerpt equals true in it, and I drop that in here. Let me just go grab a little bit more content from Wikipedia again, just so that you get a little bit better perspective of what's going on. Hit that update, and then we take a look at this page. You would think that my blog actually had to think about something. Alright, so now we take a look at this page, and you can see you've got content here, and then you've got your contextual link, and you've got a blurb. So if this was actually a paragraph of text, then these links aren't just menu style links, but they actually become contextual links to these to the ideas that are nested underneath this page. And what happens when you do that is people become engrossed in your website as they read down. They go, hey, wow, that's a really cool idea, and they click through, spending more time on your website, becoming more familiar with your ideas and why your problems and solutions are the ones that they're looking for and buy your product. All right, so that's the idea behind our manual silo builder, blog builder plugin. And in another video, we'll go into how you can use Domain Web Studio to automate that entire process of building out your blog. Thanks so much, folks. This was Sue Bell from NetworkEmpire.com.